It is time to do something about our internet connection. Out here, our only option is satellite. We don't have cable, we don't have fiber. We can get copper in here, but not DSL. We don't have cellular up here, so satellite's really our only option. And out of the satellite providers, most of them either have terrible upload bandwidth or they're really expensive. So Starlink is pretty much our only option. Because we're doing video, a single Starlink dish isn't enough upload bandwidth. We need to be able to send a fair amount of video to editors every day. We have actually 3 Starlink dishes that we're gonna bond together into a single connection to get just enough upload bandwidth to keep things running smoothly. We have one here right now that's on this pole that's on a stand that's down under the snow. There's one over here. It's in this hole in the snow. It's been gradually melting the snow away, but it's getting narrower and narrower. And then there's one that came with the property that's up on the roof somewhere. The first goal for today is to get the Starlink dishes into a permanent location up on the roof so properly run the cables. We've just got cables running everywhere right now. So I really want to clean that up. The first thing I got to figure out is how we're going to get up on this roof, because we've got an ice dam at the bottom and it's relatively steep. So I'm not very excited about coming at it from this angle. Put a ladder up here, and that's not looking super exciting either. I think we have a ladder that'll reach, but let's go get the ladder out and just see if this is at all possible. The backup plan is to put stuff on the house roof, at least for right now. This is the ladder. I got it for like 40 bucks off of Facebook Marketplace. Door. Particularly because we're not on solid ground.
Ambrose, hey, stop.
Hey, Ambrose, come here. Come here. Oh God.
Went up and chomped my leg.
He's in full play mode. Bring you a stick. You have the zoomies this morning? Huh? Drop it. Oh God. It's so heavy. You're ridiculous. Drop it. That'll keep you busy. This sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like any piece of this at all. The current piece I dislike the most of this right now is the fact that the feet of the ladder are on the snow, and I just don't trust it to sink deeper. And with how little is touching the roof, if it sinks at all, that whole thing is gonna drop against the building and fling off whoever's on it. Do you need me to throw your log again? I can't believe you got that over here. Ready? What I would like to do is move the ladder over to the, if we're not going to be at the peak anyway, we may as well put the bottom of the ladder on the concrete of the deck. I think the answer is it's going to look horrible and we want no part of it. In which case I think we should just put everything up on the house roof.
So, probably
Faster
not.
D's?
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yep. Ow. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. USB meaningful. Down. Okay, this is looking better. I hate this less, if that's any consolation. Oh yeah, it's golden. Oh no.
No.
Absolutely not. One, it's really steep, and there's still snow for another 6 feet.
Are we done with this bit?
Yeah, I think we're going up there now.
Oh, we're gonna do it on here.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now this I like. I like this one.
All right. Give it a shot here. It's still not fun. Woo! All right, come on up. Get the snow shovel back together. Come on up. Your lower hand. Careful, check your footing on that. Oh my God. It's good once you're up here.
Yeah, this feels.
It's not bad. It's pretty freaking sketch. Like, I don't even want to walk on a dry roof at that angle.
Yeah.
And we can't get up. I don't know. So here is the existing Starlink dish. Most important thing for us is to try and make the Starlink dishes we have get as good a connection out of them as we can, even though we've got multiple. So they've got this check for obstructions tool in their app. And we've got 2 actuated dishes and a standard. So I'm gonna start with standard. And so then you just kind of wave this around the sky and you make all the green dots disappear. And what this is doing is it's taking a picture of everything that might be in the line of sight to where the satellites are. And we're 100%. No obstructions. Let's do one more with the actuated dish, just to confirm. I'm ready. Okay, a few results. And again, we're good. We put dishes, maybe one where I'm sitting. They're supposed to be like, I don't know, 6 feet apart, I think is the recommendation. So maybe one over here to be 6 feet from that, and then further over there, and we'll measure again over there to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, going down's a lot better.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, let's go prep stuff and get it up on the roof before it snows.
2 labor-intensive hours later.
We have been wasting the past, I don't know, what would you say, hour?
2.
2? It's not that late, is it?
It's almost 3.
Jesus. We've spent a lot of time looking for the adapter that goes on top of this. This is for mounting the Starlinks on a roof. I bought this one a while ago for my 5G antenna that I was using at a previous property. For the life of me, I can't figure out where any of this hardware is. The TLDR is that we need to make a mount. So I'm trying to figure out what the fastest way to do that is, and I think I have a plan. I'm thinking that we take this mount here, create a small 2-inch pipe mount. I could weld something up. I'd like to not do that today, probably because I don't have the welder set up. What we need is essentially an adapter plate. So a plate that has that bolt pattern on it, which might be that piece of wood. This mounted to an adapter plate, and then a short length of pipe in here.
Aha! That took no time at all.
Now we've already got this plate that I made that has the right bolt pattern down here. So I think I just need to drill 2 holes and call it victory. Billy's giving me a hard time because he's been saying to me for at least the past hour, hey Scotty, don't you think we should stop looking and just make one? And I've been going, no, we're gonna find it any minute now. We didn't.
That thing was not here. It was not in this home.
Yep, it's gonna work. Show off my cool nut collection. Let's get some nylock nuts. And this piece of wood has seen better days, but it's still structurally sound, I think. It was in the snow for a year. It'll be okay. There. Hang on, let's tighten these up first. I think we will get as far as putting these on the roof, whether we will get as far as running the wires where they need to go. I do really enjoy this type of project where we're just slapping something together.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a sense of what I'm doing. The projects that are hard are the ones where I'm just like a fish out of water. But it's where I learn the most, and it's what makes for the most exciting stories, I think, so. Now we just need to bolt this guy on here, and mostly in business. All right, with that, where'd that piece of pipe go? So that goes here. I think we're ready to put some dishes on roofs. It's looking really stormy out there, so let's get a move on. I think there's a way to unplug the cable on the back of it.
There we go.
Okay, sweet.
Crazy.
It's getting you in shape.
I'm already a boxer.
Well, then you shouldn't be struggling.
This is gassing me. I think that's telling.
Thanks. I'm gonna figure out how to get this mounted on the one over here. There we go. Got it. Okay. Then this just slides in here. Sure enough. So that just goes in there. Got it. Give me one sec. Nope. It's about to not be fun on the roof anymore. Okay, got it. So that goes like so. Not super confidence inspiring with those loose.
That's a pretty foreboding sky. Ooh, I don't know about that. It's just pretty like firm in there. Well, I don't want you going through it with a hatchet.
Through the wire?
Yeah.
Just needs to be loosened around. Do you know where is the pick right there?
Yeah.
I did it. It's out. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know if I care about this.
I spent a lot of time on that, and I don't know what to say.
I tried really hard not to cut it in half. Like, I was really working to not do that.
Oh, I was thinking I cut it in half
With what?
when I was digging it out beforehand.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
That's why I was saying.
I
Like,
think I just cut it.
Oh,
I definitely cut it with this.
damn.
All right, let's go find some bricks to put in the dishes. We're gonna use those as weights. Oh, it's not too bad. Keep your weight back. Yep, you got it. That should be good.
There you go.
Just there. That goes there. I thought I was going to lose the camera entirely off the roof, but well, it's starting to align itself.
It just did. It's done now.
It's been a week. I ordered a new cable. It's gorgeous. I'm in shirt sleeves. It's 50 out. It's a beautiful day to be doing this. The snow has melted enough for it to be safe. So we're just attaching cables to dishes now, and then running the cables from the house roof to the shop roof straight across. I think I'm gonna try and find, I think I've got some cable weave, like tubular weave sheath, and then up. And my plan is to drill a hole through the walls. All right, I'm gonna leave that drill bit in there just so that I can see where the hole is on the other side. Yep, looks good. Right where I'd hoped to. I'm gonna have to get down there to see it. Oh, I got the drill to smoke. That's cool. So now we need to get all this through the hole, get the cable wrap around it, and cable dress it with the clips and everything. Also, who brought firewood over? Is that Ambrose?
Yeah.
Cool.
And an icicle.
He started just bringing firewood randomly to people now.
So you're gonna climb up there with those, push them through the
Climb
hole.
up these with, I was gonna grab this and use this to push the insulation out of the way. Here's one. Oh God, it's just like, got it.
There. Got all the wires. Pull them. It's like a bunch of entrails spilling out.
Look at that.
Looking much cleaner. I just got some twists and stuff. So I got this to do some cable management at the desk, but I think it'll work really nice for this. I thought it was a full tube, but I guess it's just a spiral. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah? How does it look from there?
It's all right.
Kind of like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Next step is to drill a hole in the gutter. That hole is there, and then the gutter's here. I'm gonna put a hole here, and then these will come through into the gutter. So, I'm gonna go drill a hole in the drywall at the end of the gutter. Woo! So next, I'm gonna pass you wires through the drywall hole,
and you're gonna run them down through that hole.
This is essentially the router. You can use this as a router. We're just using it as the dish controller. And then I've got the Ethernet adapter here. This sits in the middle, and then you plug your dish in here, and that gives you an Ethernet jack. So we'll then be able to run that to our router. I guess I don't have to sit upright. So this is the Gen 2 hardware here, and they sit upright. And it's actually kind of annoying because they're pretty tippy. And they have these proprietary connectors. This is the Gen 3 hardware here, and it's much simpler. It's got Ethernet jacks built in. It's got 2 of them, and then this is an Ethernet jack that goes to the dish. So it's all standardized, and then it just has a wall wart for the power adapter, and it sits that way, which is much nicer. The problem we have is that we have a short cable, so I think I'm going to put one dish over, or one base station over there. The Gen 2 base stations. I do want to run the Starlink off UPS because it is our only way to make phone calls. If we've had a power outage, it's also likely the telephone lines might be affected. Okay, there it goes. And then the last one is the Gen 3, which is just basically like a, more or less a standard Ethernet connector. I did buy this cable rather than making my own, even though I could have. It's regular Ethernet, regular RJ45, but they have this little gasket, which in here doesn't matter, but up on the roof. Okay. The next step is to hook up the router. GL.inet was nice enough to send me this Flint 2 router. I really like this router for this application. It's designed as a VPN router, and it can do WireGuard at 900 megabits per second, but I'm not using WireGuard. I'm using Speedify, which is sort of like a VPN, to bond together my 3 different Starlink dishes. Now these 2 WAN ports here, these are 2.5 gigabit ports. The rest are 1 gigabit ports. So let's see, which one have I got where? I've got, this one is one of my Gen 3 Starlink. So we'll plug that into the first WAN port, this into the second WAN port, and then this one goes over to the Starlink over there where the cable is too short. I'm plugging this into LAN 2, but I actually was able to reconfigure it as a WAN port, plugging it in there. And then the last thing, this cable here, which goes down to my switch. And then I'm plugging this into LAN 5. What this is now doing is it's running Speedify on it that runs essentially a VPN across all 3 Starlink dishes that all terminate at the same server up in the cloud, and it bonds those connections together to look like a single connection. For us, the most important thing is upload speed. I actually don't care that much about download speed, but it really dramatically improves our upload speed. So for Dropbox, which is our main use case, it went from about 600 kilobytes per second upload speed to around 2.5 megabits per second upload speed, which, you know, is more than 3x. And part of that is because Speedify can do some error correction across multiple connections. You know, packets down this connection and packets down that connection to make up for loss and things like that. Those speeds don't sound that great, right? You would expect to get more than that out of a single Starlink dish. If you're just running like a speed test, you should be getting 25 megabits, sometimes 30 megabits, sometimes better. But we found with sustained file transfer on Dropbox that it runs slower than what you would get on a speed test. The other advantage for running Speedify is that it adds redundancy for streaming connections, whether that's video calls, I do all my phone calls over the Wi-Fi, or video streaming. And so it ensures that there's no connection drops. It's pretty rock solid, even though we're on Starlink up here in the mountains. This router is also pretty impressive in a few other ways. Wi-Fi 6, so super fast speeds on the Wi-Fi on its antennas. It has extended coverage. They claim 2,000 square feet at least, coverage-wise. It also comes with AdGuard installed, Bark parental controls installed. But the thing I like the most is it comes running OpenWRT straight out of the box. They give you full root. You can install plugins. You can put your own custom scripts on it. It really is the perfect router for someone who's a bit technical and wants the flexibility of OpenWRT and something that they can really access at a kind of bare metal level. I've previously used their little Slate AX router, which is meant as a travel router, but worked actually pretty well for 2 connections for me. But this is a huge step up in terms of performance and capabilities and connectivity. It also has 4 different modes it can be in. You can obviously plug in Ethernet to a router. It can also just be a Wi-Fi repeater, connections via cellular network or via tethering. If you don't want all the fanciness of Speedify, but you want to have multiple WAN connections, they have a built-in multi-WAN solution that does hardware accelerated load balancing and failover straight out of the box. So Speedify is a little bit of extra work. I'm gonna do a whole video about my Speedify setup and how to do every step of that. So stay tuned for that. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe for that. But if you would like to check out more about this and buy one of your own, click on the links down below. They're affiliate links. It helps me out with Electric Ranch and everything we've got going on here. Again, I can't recommend this enough. I'm really impressed. It's the perfect router for me for what I want to do. I think if you're anything like me, you'll get a lot out of it too. Stay tuned. We've got lots more electronic stuff coming up, and that multiple Starlink how-to tutorial is coming up as well. I'll see you again soon.